segment. This is pretty cool. Roofers are taking advantage of a lot of people, I'll tell you what, because they want to get that last-minute work going. And we have with us Dan from Professional Roofing Exteriors. And Dan, you have a call center coming up.
Yes, we do.
And you are the owner, and we're going to talk about this display because this is pretty cool looking, and I want to get right to it. But basically, what are some of the scams going on right now?
Well, there's a lot of different scams, Tom. One of the things that you run into is out-of-town roofing companies will come in, and you may have a roof that's absolutely fine. They'll get on your roof, and they'll cause mechanical damage to your roof.
They can actually cause damage.
They can actually cause damage to your roof.
And another thing you'll find is now that the initial storms have gone until we get new ones, it's slowing down. They're desperate to get more work.
That's right. That's right.
To keep their crews working. And they're going to sometimes not only find damage that's not there, but really encourage you to get it done right now.
Yeah, they do. And the other thing that they'll do is they'll encourage you to file a claim even though you may not have any damage.
That's what I'm getting at. They maybe create damage. What is this?
Well, this here is a typical asphalt shingle roof, Tom.
Okay.
It kind of gives you an idea of what most roofs have.
This is a nice display.
Yes, thank you.
And this is how you do your roofs here? I didn't even realize he was going to do that. What was he doing? Why'd you do this?
That was, Tom, that was what we call a mechanical hailstorm.
Okay.
And
you shouldn't warn me about these things, by the way.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, well,
I thought some nut came out.
They were supposed to, so I apologize
okay,
for
go
that.
Ahead.
But as you can see with this mechanical hailstorm here, and as an engineer,
I'm serious. This is good. This is a good demonstration if we can get in. So this is mechanical damage, which is caused by a hailstorm.
Right.
All right.
Well, no, this is a mechanical hailstorm, meaning that it was manually created. But you can see the indentations here are nice and rounded. And usually that pattern is going to be grouped together. It's not going to be random like a hailstorm would be. Now, this is what actual...
Why? Are you saying people actually do this?
They actually do that.
Wait a minute. So you're suggesting that there are roofers that will create a problem to make it seem like you have hail damage?
I hate to tell you that, Tom, but as an engineer, I've seen plenty of those.
Okay, so you're telling us how to detect it, obviously.
Right.
A real hailstorm is more random.
Yeah, that's part of what a professional can determine. But yes, a hailstorm is going to be more random like this. And the hail bruise is going to look more like this here. It's irregular. It's going to take off some of the shingles. It'll never be nice and rounded.
When do they do something like this to create the illusion you have a problem?
A lot of times they'll do that when they get up and inspect your roof. That's why you want a qualified contractor, a qualified representative to check your roof out.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the bullet points you have here, because I know there's a lot of material to cover, and you have a call-in, which is very important. So let me get to this, okay? You're telling me people actually can create damage. So your suggestion, do you call the insurance adjuster first? I don't think that's necessarily the right thing to do.
The right thing to do is to get your roof inspected first by a qualified contractor, a qualified inspector.
Okay,
public adjuster.
So you guys go out and inspect roofs, and obviously you're not going to create damage.
Yes, we do. I myself am a certified inspector. We have several on staff. We have former public adjusters. No, we do not.
Okay, so if somebody calls and says, I need to know the extent of damage, because sometimes they might be told they don't have damage and they do, or they're told they do have damage and they don't.
Tom, half the roofs I look at don't have damage.
Really?
Really.
Okay. Now, the roofing system, can you explain briefly what you do? A lot of people don't get a chance to see this, and since it's here and we're looking at it, talk about this. Underneath here you have a wood deck, they call it, right? Usually plywood.
Yeah, usually plywood or what we call OSB, oriented strand board.
And then this is the first layer on top of that?
This is what we call our 5-star installation system. Now this first layer here, this is a synthetic felt. This is peculiar.
I was going to say, it's not that black stuff I've seen.
Right. It goes on every roof that we have. Since we started using synthetic felt about 3.5 years ago.
It's better than the black stuff.
We haven't had a single leak during installation because it's waterproof. It even seals around these nail holes here with these plastic caps.
Okay.
It's got a polyethylene liner on the back that seals.
And then what do you do? Okay, so I want people looking to, this is great to see because you don't normally get to see it. So underneath this you have your wood, and if that's bad it has to be replaced, right?
Right, absolutely.
Okay, then you have what people call felt, or you have the synthetic.
Synthetic felt.
And then on top of this.
Okay, now basically your synthetic felt's what protects your roof and your sheathing. Most people think it's the other way around.
No.
Your shingles protect your felt.
Right.
So when you have regular asphalt felt, that's your biggest risk for a leak there, especially if it gets exposed for more than a couple years.
So then, now these are the asphalt shingles.
This here is a GAF dimensional shingle. The nice thing about this product is it comes with the System Plus warranty. As I mentioned before, we're a master elite contractor for GAF. So all of our roofs that we install get a System Plus warranty. And that's extremely important, Tom, because most roof warranties, even though you buy a 30-year shingle, your warranty actually is only good for 5 years for full replacement. After that, it gets prorated down to sometimes 10% the original cost.
Now explain the nailing pattern and the tape.
We 6-nail every shingle that we have. That's called a wind nail system. With that, you get up to 110-mile-an-hour warranty on a regular 30-year shingle, or 130-mile-an-hour warranty on a 50-year shingle, which is a lifetime.
Is this why heat is needed to seal that?
Yeah, these tabs here, this liner you see on here, it's kind of a slick liner. That naturally degrades over time with heat. Any temperatures above 45 degrees, these shingles are sealing, which is why we roof year-round, because when it's 35 outside, it's 45 on your roof.
So you can get 45 or over on your roof will seal the roof.
Absolutely, and a lot of times, Tom, it's better to roof in the wintertime because you don't have the risk of scuffing your shingles like you do in July and August.
Now, even though you don't see, on that roof damage you showed, the big holes and stuff, even though you don't have that, how does bruising hurt a roof where the granules come off?
Well, what happens is you saw those bruises before. Those granules come off and water gets into the shingle itself.
So the granules keep it off the shingle.
It gets into the felt, impregnates the felt, and then it freezes and expands and it melts and it freezes again and it starts working a hole through your shingle.
Okay, here's what I want to talk about, because this show's all about education. All right, you have granules.
Yes.
And then what makes up this shingle? Granules and what else?
Which basically you have what you have is a asphalt impregnated felt.
So,
it's a fiberglass mat.
Here's what people need to know. The felt is actually the dimensional part of this. The granules are on top. But when people call this an asphalt roof, it's actually, asphalt is more of a liquid or more of an oil. So asphalt has to impregnate this.
Right. The felt goes through and it dips into the asphalt, coats both sides, then it gets granulated on the front, and there's actually mineral surface granules on the back, so it's evenly granulated. That way it doesn't curl.
So when we talk about asphalt, we're not talking about actual tar or asphalt on your roof. We're talking about impregnated into the shingle.
That's right, and the granules protect it.
Okay, we have some before and after pictures. I don't know if we've seen any of these, but what else do you want to show?
Yeah, also I want to show the rest of the roofing system. This here is a Style D rake metal that protects your shingle.
All right, we'll show that. They're showing some pictures. Right there.
It doesn't hang off the edge of the roof. That goes on all of our roofs. Also, we use a 2x4 drip edge.
Drip edges are very important.
That's right. It keeps water from getting up under your shingles.
And this is where a gutter would go.
The gutter would go into this. We put ice and water over the drip edge, so the ice would have to travel 3 feet to get under your roof to cause ice damage.
Drip edge is very important if you see that. Now, some people use just an asphalt drip edge. They just put the roof on.
Yeah, they don't put drip edge on. A lot of cities now are requiring that.
Good. So you use a metal drip edge.
Absolutely, we always have. And we use a 2x4 drip edge. A lot of gutter companies will just put a 1-inch drip edge there.
Okay.
It doesn't do much of anything because there's a lot of times a 1-inch gap between your sheathing and your fascia.
Professional roofing exteriors. What do we have over here?
This shows a little bit more of the system.
I think we showed it pretty well, but go ahead.
Yeah, kind of give you an idea. We use a 90-pound valley liner on a standard 30-year shingle.
And when you talk about a valley liner, you're talking about where roofs meet each other, right?
Wherever the roof meets each other, yes. And then we use here's your ice and water shield you can see here. That's a sticky barrier that protects your eaves. This is what we call a pipe jack. We always replace all those, any pipe penetrations coming out of your roof.
This is a great installation. How long have you been in business?
We've been in business for 11 years, been installing since 2005.
And what are you going to do today at the call center?
We're going to take calls for anybody that has any roofing questions, anybody that wants to have a free inspection on their roof. We do have some fall specials going on.
Okay. How do people choose a roofer quickly? What would you say the biggest thing is?
The most important thing is to check them out. Make sure they're qualified. Contact the Better Business Bureau. Check with the National Roofing Contractors Association. You can go online, nrca.com.
What's that association?
National Roofing Contractors Association. It's nrca.com. Also, you can check with a qualified manufacturer like GAF, GAF.
See who they use.
They're the oldest and largest manufacturer in the world, yes.
All right, now we have a call center, and you can call 303. Which number? 713-HELP we're using, right? 771-HELP. 303-771-HELP, 303-771-4357. So if you want to talk on the air, it's 303 Martino. If you want the help center to talk to a qualified roofer, to ask questions about the roofing system, about things you may have been told about your roof, maybe to even get a second opinion, 303-771-HELP, 303-771-4357. Thank you very much, and we maybe check in with you again, and I encourage you to call these roofers. This is a chance to get all of your questions answered without leaving the home. 303-771-HELP. Paula.
All right, Tom, next.